Hi guys, it's again the 18th of August 2020. So I soaked this thing in gasoline. Oh, wow. And it doesn't seem to affect the rubber hose here, but is it really? I don't know. No, it's not. So it doesn't affect the hose at all. I'll stick it in there one more day. Now oh my word, it smells like gasoline. So the cats are on the prowl. That's so cool to watch them because they stick together and then they'll lay down and watch all these robins. I mean, every year we get like 1 million robins in Michigan, right? Babies. And I gotta wipe my hand. And they'll lay down and just watch these young robins learning how to hunt or eating, getting ready to head down south. But sorry guys, I gotta wipe the lens. If I knew what I was doing, I'd be able to edit that out. That's so annoying, I know. So Zane was here. I'll talk about this first. Ran all new lines, all 4 lines, brake lines, and also we're going to have to replace that strut, or what do you want to call it, a spring under here. That had a big old caracal in there. So all the lines are in, but he had a previous engagement arranged already, so he had to stop. So tomorrow I'll hang out with him and finish it. This again is Megan's car. I'll shut that door. Guys, it's 72 degrees and it's a little slightly breezy and I cannot complain. Sunset is at 8:39. So I'm thinking the longest day came and went. What does that mean? It means winter's coming. Let's turn all these lights out. Bing, bing, and one more. I'll leave you watching the lights. Boom. Yeah, it's getting dark. It's dusk. That cat is so cool. So, what else did oh yeah, you guys know all about the wood mulch that Kathy and I picked up. I did most of it. I had a big giant shovel. I did weed whack all this and then also sprayed plant killer. I only did this far because I didn't dare to bother the tortoise too much. I'll have to move him out of the way. So he's using that same hole that he dug. He dug a hole maybe 3 inches deep and the exact same size as his shell. I don't know how he did it. This cat's really bothering me. I can't walk without him, her stepping in front of me. I did spray all this stuff. I should have weed whacked it, but I didn't think about it. This I left, the really nice looking long grass. I don't know what that is. Anybody got any ideas? Let me know. Again, there's going to be mulch right here, maybe a foot of mulch. You know, she's going to attack my toes in a second, and it's going to bleed. It's going to really tick me off, but I'm not going to do anything about it because she doesn't know any better. Also, weed whacked. Did I weed whack? No. Oh yeah, I did weed whack over here. So, and I sprayed the poop out of the. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, kitty. And I don't want to pet you because my hand still smells like gasoline. Come on, hey, 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 stop it. Come on, let's walk. Good gravy. So, again, I sprayed that weed killer or plant killer all over here. Soon I'll just dump this stuff on there. I'm not going to put weed blocker or whatever. I did buy a really nice broom here, guys. Check this one out. I've been using this broom. I know this place is a mess, guys. Settle down. Settle down. Just a horse barn. I did buy this one here. to wipe off the bugs and the arachnids, spiders. And this place looks so much nicer with all that stuff down. I got to get up in there and get all that down. But all I'm really doing is just knocking the spiders down. I'm not killing them. You're not killing them? No. So, because they do eat bugs, right? But I'm just going to try to make it unpleasant for them to be in here. Try to see if I can't turn the... I did clean this barn a little bit. So, basically blew all the stuff out of here. Some I left in the corner here. Usually I'll just leave it until the horses don't eat it, and then I scrape it up and toss it in their stalls. Stalls are done. I did clean out these buckets and put new water in it. Keeping it fresh, guys. Keeping it fresh. I gotta fix this thing. Might do that next week. Just plunk a piece of 7/16 OSB in here. Maybe replace this whole section here. I think that'd be easier. Just replace the whole thing. OSB is really, I don't want to say cheap, but it's not very costly. Oops, what did I just do? Oh, there we go. I just have to turn those lights off. Oh, I also sprayed plant killer around each post here for the round pin. Why? I don't know. Really didn't need it because I have that wood underneath there blocking the growth. Here, take a look at it. So it'll be really, really easy to weed whack. I've weed whacked it before. Probably the last time I'm going to spray these because, like I said, I have 2x6s underneath here. And what happens is it stays nice and clean around the posts, so it's easy to weed whack. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it does to me for some reason. I did spray in between the property line and the far end of the round pin because I like to keep that clean. Sooner or later I'm going to move this thing, slowly move this thing, migrate this thing toward this area right here. That way I can run one spot, you know, run the width of a lawnmower there. Keep that clean. Kathy's been lighting some fires over there. That's one bad mojo cat. Goldie. And horses are looking good. I have to clean around the paddock fence because the weeds are so incredibly thick, especially by each post. So I might even have to take a hedge trimmer and chop that down, and then before I weed whack it. This looks nice and empty. That's a nice chunk of clay I took from underneath the patio, the porch. This here, I purchased this stuff through Herb Lumber, and the main guy for that, the manager for that, his name was Robert Forrest. Hey Robert, remember me? I know you do, because you're coming to Michigan. I forget where you went. You moved to out west. Really nice place on a river or something. And check this out. See if I can. Yeah, took off. But this thing's been here for about 20 years now, and the stuff underneath the manure, because it's so acidic, starts leaching into the wood, even though it's womanized, and start tearing it up. So someday I'll have to replace this berm, but it's going to last the rest of my life. I got to take these boards off because it's really stunting the shrinking of the siding. I forget the type of material. I don't know if it's PVC, but there's a shrink factor to these things, and they're very, very long sections. So if it shrinks something like 4/1000ths per inch, well, that's a lot of inches from this seam here to there. Do the math, and it hits the sun hits it pretty hard, so it expands, and when it gets cold, it contracts. So that's why you never ever ever nail this what do you call this, plastic siding, vinyl siding. You don't nail those things tight against the wall, because as it shrinks and expands, you're going to get lines everywhere, dots everywhere throughout the whole thing, and it looks weird. So it has to be, you nail it so that you can actually slide the thing back and forth, the siding back and forth, eliminate any binding of the shrink. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. Let me see if I can move one of these. It's hard to grab it, but you can see that it's a little bit loose. It's not like aluminum siding. You pound that into the wood. But these things, you leave a gap. Now I did this addition here, and I did the same thing but with screws. I didn't nail it. I dare to do that because it's a barn. Who cares, right? You don't need to follow too much standards. It's a barn. So obviously you can tell I didn't do a whole lot. Did some shopping. Yikes. Oh man. My body's falling apart. But Kathy's been taking care of the pool. It's looking good. A little bit cloudy, but no big deal. Sun's slowly shrinking, or slinking down. And you can see the trees moving. I did have the heating and air conditioning guy over. Ooh, there's a hawk. I don't know what that is. It doesn't look like a a buzzard. I don't know what that was. It's flying really weird. What was I saying? So the heating air conditioner, Hall's heating and air conditioner came, and the inspector kid, just a young kid, he walked in there and said, yeah, they made one mistake. They went from a 3-inch to a 4-inch to a 3-inch the wrong way, which would trap water. So they just had to go 4-inch the whole way down to the furnace. Made sense to me. See, and this is the reason why you don't leave these things floating in the pool. Because it blocks the skimmer. See that? Totally blocks the skimmer. So the surface water comes here to go into there, and that thing's blocking it. And I'm not going to whine and say, well, I told these people thousands of times and they never listened to me. Because that doesn't help. So I got to put a clothes hanger in here because these things are laying a bit. So I like to just lay them up here, air dry. But with a wind like this, it kind of knocks them out. You know what I'm talking about. Willis. So, it's a nice peaceful night. Kathy was thinking about me riding a bicycle while indoor while she walks with some of the grandkids and Chrissy in the alley for exercise. And of course they always invite me to ride my bicycle, and but that was canceled because Chrissy gave 2 pints, is it, of blood, and feeling a little woozy, which is such baloney. I won't tell her that. She didn't watch these videos, so I'm not saying she's a whiner. Again, I can say that she don't watch these videos. I'm just gonna leave that there. One night of blocked. Oy! skimmer does not a total disaster make. Oh, it's so far down, guys. Yeah, when these things dry in the air, oh, they smell delicious. Oh, I gotta go out do that one. I know this is a boring video, guys, but just chill. No big deal. You know, actually it blew really hard, but that big old pink mattress actually flew over this fence. What's my point? I don't know. It was a little windy. And it feels delicious. It almost feels like, since I started the video, that the temperature took a little dive. Let's take a look. It was 72. That's still 72. This feels a lot chillier. Ah, the last towel to hang. Well, yeah, look at that. Looks a little funky with all these towels hanging, but I got to get her a clothesline, maybe 2 of them. And I'm still on board to put I was thinking over here, a covering, because that's where everybody hangs out. This is probably the place to have it, because it'll be a decking over the stones. I'd really hate to cover that nice piece of concrete there. You know what I mean? So I'll have to talk to Kathy, and we can actually do cookouts and stuff in here instead of out in the driveway. Alright, guys, this was just a rambling video how my day ended. Not that, you know, I did so much. It seems like I did other stuff, but I can't think of anything. I mean, it took a while to, I mean, it takes effort to move that trailer full of mulch all the way to the woods, park it and turn it in a spot where it's aiming out, easy to pull out, left it attached to the trailer, attached to the tractor. So that's it. Seems like Kathy was going to make me something to eat. Maybe not. Oh, watermelon. She had a big, asked her to cut a big old chunk of watermelon for me. I mean big. I like watermelon. I love me some watermelon. So. Alright guys, have a good night, evening, and enjoy the beautiful, cool weather. See you guys in the morning. Bye. Adios. Adios.